want to talk about actual silver and gold from here. Silver and gold, when it comes to the actual silver and gold market, guys, the really big thing about this here is when it comes to the silver market, we can get these short-term, we talked about this yesterday, but when we get these short-term downward trends, right, short-term downward trends in silver and gold. But when it comes to silver and gold here, we've got this short-term downward trend. But the most important part is trend analysis on the weekly charts, right? We talked about this before, but this trend analysis on the weekly charts, we can see that people are focusing on the short-term little movements and especially focusing in all the way down to like candlestick patterns, doing their head in big time, right? Doing their head in big time, because we know this moving average, the 24 moving average is very strong to the upside, and we can see that we actually had, a nice move up and then a nice move down from here. This could be the start of a really big upward trend, because we just came off the back of doing nothing here with silver. So coming off the back of doing nothing with silver and then a strong move up, this could be the big start of a really big long-term move. And the big mistake that people have made when it comes to these markets is focusing on the short-term chart, which is the daily charts, and even worse, going down to the hourly charts and trying to focus on the hourly chart to tell them what's the big picture here. Because what can happen on the weekly charts is the weekly chart does get that, but the daily charts start to develop something like this here, right? Like a small little downward trend. But this is where we always want to go to the big picture, right? Big picture. Rule number 5 for us is what? It's the weekly chart. The weekly chart is the most important trend to us. And we need to keep it, that's the big picture, right? So as that short-term little movement happen, which for us, it's the daily charts, right? As that short-term little movement happening, we need to step back and say, okay, what could be happening here? Now, anything can morph into anything, right? We know that. But as we speak right now, we need to say, okay, what's happening right now in the markets? And that's the story that we come up with. We had a strong move up, strong move down. And on top of all this, we can see how that it actually came all the way down to the 50% level. Aha! Robbie 50. There you go. Right, to the 50% level, came all the way down, held the 50% and go up. Now, guys, when we have a big move up and it retraces and the 50% level, aha, there you go, Des, right onto the banana. Traders, what did we talk about yesterday? When something comes and when something has a retrace of 50% and the 50% holds and then starts to continue, that is what in the markets? What is the market telling you? For us, rule number 1 is trend. What's that? We talked about this yesterday. It's a strong trend. Beautiful, 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 right? Strong trend. So that's the big picture there. And then we go down to the daily charts now, and now we can start to see what's happening on this here. We're starting to see, yes, we had this short-term downward trend, and now look what's happening, right? Now we're starting to get that good, look at this here, low. We're starting to get that, we had that beautiful high low. We're now breaking out of this downward motion, that downward phase through there, which was just that short-term little drop here on the weekly charts. And now there's a lot of buying activity happening within the silver market. So silver could be getting ready for a really big move. We talked about this yesterday, right? But silver could be getting ready for a really big move because the market is telling us, right? Short-term downward trend, weekly still is in a very strong upward trend. The strong 24 moving average, silver is in a very nice strong upward trend, low, high, low. And now we're getting a breakout, right? So we do have a bit of resistance up here around the 31 to 32 level. So there might be a bit of problems through there. But looking at from a big weekly chart perspective, now we can zoom right down to the big picture here. That once we do start to break above this level through here, we could really start to see a big move up. And this is on the silver market here, right? We could start to see a really big move up to all-time new heights. One thing you'll notice is look what's happened here recently. Right, in the past, we had this level through here, which is around the 28 level, which is a major level of support in the past. Then we had all this resistance level all through here, and now look what's happening. We had all this major level of support through here. So this major level of support that's happening right now within this silver market, it's holding here big time, right? And this is the art that even I have to keep focusing on. It's the big picture like here, and then like the massive big weekly chart, like many years, like we're looking at right now, then the 12-month weekly chart, then looking at many years on the daily charts, and then looking at the last sort of 6 months to 12 months on the daily charts. Like that small picture, big picture keep zooming in and out to try to get a good read on what's going on, right? Because sometimes, even for myself, sometimes I can be looking at too much of a big picture for an opportunity I'm looking to trade right now. And there's a few opportunities that I've personally missed by looking at. Always keep an eye on the big picture, yes, but sometimes I miss opportunities by not looking at, okay, what's happening right now the last 6 months where there could be a good opportunity of, to capitalize on a move over the next, say, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, right? So there's an opportunity that I missed this week, and I'm looking back now at that stock, and I'm just like, oh man, I probably should have taken that one. There was actually probably nothing wrong. There's still a high probability of actually that making a nice move in that direction. So that's the silver market there, guys, when it comes to that. And if we have a look at gold, gold is just look very, very, very strong weekly upward trend. And then we talked about this here recently, that if I now look at all my moving averages, let me bring on all my moving averages, we can now see what's going on here, right? We've got all this period of time through here, so really long period of sideways movement. And now we're just starting to break out higher lows. And you can see here, right? We can see back here that there was really a lot of buying and selling going on through here, but it was actually pretty sideways all through here, right? Just pretty sideways. Then we started to see this upward trend in place where we started to see that through there, right? And then we started to create a higher low, and now we developed this sideways movement, and now we're developing another higher low through here. And now we're getting a very strong movement to the upside, breaking out sideways phase, and now getting a really strong move to the upside. We're now getting a really, really, really big move to the upside from happening right now. So silver is poised to having a really big move, hence the reason why I did what I did yesterday, right? We're getting in right now, right? Especially when we're coming off the back of doing all of this here, which is just time. So time, right? Time basically is sideways, fuel. We're now probably getting ready for a really, really, really big move to come to the upside. Looking at the actual moving averages as well too. We didn't quite get to the 52, but we definitely did get to the 24. And if I bring up just this chart here, right, and I zoom right into the actual short-term charts, you'll notice what's happening through here, right? This is obviously the gold market here. So the short-term charts is what? Low, higher, low, higher, low. We had this period of sideways movement and a large bar. Right now, that's pretty. This here is almost textbook when it comes to, now it's not the 52, but traders, can you guys give me a why in the chat box if this is almost pretty much textbook of what I teach in the workbook manual, right? It's a strong move up, it's a strong moving average, it's the sideways, it's the large bar breaking out, right? It's all the same thing here. So that's what I'm seeing through there, and then hence the reason why I did what I did on gold. And this is where I'm happy that I did what I did yesterday, right? Because this right here may have been that opportunity. And as you can see, look at all that sideways movement there, beautiful. And then we're getting what? Beautiful trend. So trend, higher low, momentum, strong moving average. It's the 24, not the 52, but we are getting a good 52 behind it. But it's a nice good 24 behind it. We've got a nice, beautiful price and time phase through here. Really, really, really nice from there to there. Nice move up sideways, and bam, large bar breaking out within a really good volume spike. Massive, massive, massive probability when it comes to this trade here. Hence the reason why I did what I did yesterday in this market. And this could be the start of a really big move. And people that missed the opportunity yesterday, now we'll have to see what happens next week, but people that missed the opportunity yesterday because they weren't focused on this, they may be chasing it now. This may have been the opportunity to get in yesterday, and before you know it, gold, because that's what happened back here, right? Look at it back here. The trade that I did back here at the start of the year, look at there, bam, and then it just took off. That was the opportunity to get into there. And then it never gave you retracement. Some people, what they do is they try to wait for the retracement first, right? So they go, oh, well, because as you guys know, sometimes we do get into a trade and then the retracement happens. When the retracement happens in the markets, it's like, sometimes we get like a 50% retracement of the bar, right? And then it goes. That's what I'm seeing right now when it comes to, this is the short-term analysis anyway on gold, but we talked about this from a long-term perspective. Looking at all the moving averages, let's go back to the candlestick charts here for a minute. Let's just look at this from a 6-month perspective. As you can see, once again, beautiful higher lows, beautiful time phase, good breakaway bar, good volume behind that breakaway bar. Just a really nice, beautiful setup. So I'm really grateful to be part of what could potentially be another really big move in gold, and just capitalizing on that as well from there.